Well, good morning. Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee Wolak. Yep, we're here a half hour early because it's Sunday. And Sunday, I've got to be on the road to do my service. But today, I wanted to take a few moments and talk to you this morning about this idea of love. And it's really critical to me as I explore it to understand that love is about self acceptance. But how do you accept yourself if you don't know who you are? And most people really don't know who they are. What they say when they use the idea of love is they tell a title. They tell what they do, not who they are, but what they do. And I know that my wife right now is struggling with that because on Friday it was her last day at work. And she's been the director of medical records in that hospital for 30 some years. And as the director of medical records, her identity was attached to that. And now she's having that peeled away. And then she's got to ask the question, well, who am I? Well, think about that. Think about yourself. If your identity gets stripped away, who are you? You see, everybody wants to be loved and appreciated for who they are. But if we don't go into the world and demonstrate who we are, how can we feel truly loved and appreciated? And so let me take you down this little bit of a rabbit hole this morning, get you going. And that is no matter what's happening in your life, ask yourself this question: who's observing it? If you can trace back who's observing whatever you're feeling, if you're breathing and you're focusing on your breath, who's observing you breathing? Who's observing you eating? Who's observing you talking to this person? When you can figure out who is the observer, now you're finding your true self. That's the part of you that you don't even realize exists, is the observer. You think it's your mind. It's not your mind. Your mind is what? Your mind is simply a storehouse of memory. And when things happen, you've got a processing system that brings up old memories. But that's all it is. It's not something that can look to the future. It's not something that can think and create something outside of what's in its memory bank. Just like a computer. But that which is observing, that has no bonds whatsoever. It's totally free to observe wherever it is looking, wherever it is pointed, whatever language you want to use about what observation does. Good for you, Xandy. Good for you. Wait a second. I have it, but I haven't started using it. I'm just going to be there with you, Zandy. If you got something you know is going to help you and you believe it's going to help you, take it because you deserve it. Well-being is what everyone wants more than anything. Everyone wants well-being. And I look at that and say, that's so much more than happiness. Because if you were to say, I want to be happy all the time, well, that's an illusion. Because you can't be happy all the time because there's contrast. But if you say, I want to live in well-being, that means to me that you're seeing all sides, that you're understanding the challenge and the support and the challenge, and you're blessing both of them. And so well-being is able to come from that observer that we were just talking about, coming from that observer and seeing that your life is always in balance. And when you can come from a state of balance, you're coming from a state of the divine. There's no better way to say that. People love being around people who are balanced because that energy helps them feel balanced. But you don't need to be around anyone to do that. Just be with yourself. I know when my wife was having all these parties and accolades, and one of the things that was brought up for her in her career was people always said when they were around her, they felt so calm. They felt so at ease because of her mental atmosphere. Well, that just goes back to the fact that she has a healthy meditation practice. She has a healthy way of looking at life in balance. And she has me as a support system. Let's throw a little ego in there, okay? Hey, everybody, I have an ego. You just heard it a little bit, and I don't deny I have it either. I accept all parts of me, because until you can accept all parts of you, you can't love yourself because you're judging yourself. Non-acceptance is judgment. Way to go, Anita. Anita says, I'm at peace with myself. And Zandy, that's the best thing in the world. The best answers you can get come from within you. Here's what I've got for you. I got great questions. I got great ideas. I got new ideas, new questions, maybe old ideas, old questions. But here's what I know, that whoever is listening, the answer's not in me for you. The answer's in you for you, because only you know what's right for you. A lot of people like to tell me, say, Reverend Lee, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. And I go inside and I say, oh, that's not what my heart says. So it's what their heart says they want me to do. And guess what? Lee don't play by those rules. And in that way, I've always been a rebel. I tried to fit in. When I try to fit in, I'm miserable. What's something new you've discovered in yourself, Lee? When you make a mistake, it's a process of learning. And don't beat yourself up for it. That's a big one for me. Because I just recently, I published a book a couple months ago. And I've been in the process of doing an audiobook. And as I've been doing the audiobook, I haven't liked it. And I finally came a week ago to the realization that the audiobook was in too many tenses. It was too many we's, us's, you's, and all that. And I realized that the book really should be a conversation between me and the reader. So it would be a conversation, me and you. So you is the right way. Your is the right words in the book. So instead of beating myself up, what I'm doing is I'm making those changes. And I'll implement those changes on Amazon so that the Kindle copy will have the new revised, and the hard copy and the paperback copy will. And then I'm going to redo the entire audiobook that I just finished because it didn't meet my level of satisfaction. And it's not that I want to please anyone. I want to please myself to give the best I've got out there. So I don't beat myself up because I didn't know any better, because I didn't know any better. But I learned. And then based on what I learned, I took a step the best I could to be the best me in that situation. So that's what I've learned about myself, is I'm able to put down my ego and do what's right for me. Because a lot of times the ego will get you to not do what's right for you. You've got to do what your heart tells you to do. I know my wife is going through that right now, and I have a lot of opinions about what can help her, but I just keep going. What's your heart say? What's your heart say? Because I don't know her answer. And that's what a supportive partner should be doing. I do have an ego. I'm just more in control of it. Don't try to get rid of your ego, people. Love your ego. Your ego is what makes life fun. It gives you challenge. It gives you joy. It gives you peace. It gives you beauty. It gives you experience. It gives you energy to be you, to really fully appreciate life. But you're in control. That which is observing you, that's who you want the power to be. So with that, that's my Sunday for you now. I've got a great talk coming on at 10:30. There's a tool I'm going to be teaching in that talk. If you're online, you'll get it online. But if you're not online, you can be at Agape today and you'll get it in person. So anyway, know that I'm here, that I see the truth for you. I love you like you are. So go create a great day, everybody. Until tomorrow, aloha.